continuing this meeting. I know you want to do that, and I am hitting the record button for minute's sake so that I can re-reference that and share with anyone that can't join us. All right, with that, if you can all take a moment and say the pledge with me, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty and justice for all.
For food, for raiment, for life, for opportunity, for friendship, for fellowship, we thank thee, O Lord. Amen.
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 All right.
Thank you, Chef. Chef, great. Well, we have you. How did the golf outing go today? Tell us.
Sweet. Very good. Definitely a different tone than years past. I was actually home by 3:15, which was, we were hardly even starting dinner at that point. So in years past, so it worked out well. I'd like to thank, we split into two teams. John Reese had a team. Richard, Tom Long, and Don were with him. And I had Doogie and Bob Roebuck with me. And we did, I think it went really well. Everybody, all the golfers, all the people who participated really enjoyed everything. I'd like to thank Lebanon Career and Technology Center for building the boxes, making the salads, grilling the chicken, and doing the cookies. And also John Gross for their donation of the food and letting John borrow their grill and their truck for the day. Feasers, Cisco, and let's see, who am I missing?
U.S. Foods. U.S. Foods.
Had the chicken.
Yes, Foods.
And Boarhead.
Well, no, I didn't get that far yet. Boar's Head came across this year, and Renee, just so you know, we didn't have the buffalo chicken sausage. We had the bacon cheddar, but it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Very, very good. That was by far the best of the three, John, on our side.
Absolutely.
How about you?
We were there until like 6 o'clock, man. We were busy all the way up until 5 o'clock, man. We didn't stop.
Yeah, that's a sloucher, John. You know what I mean?
No, it went very well. I mean, it was very well received. We got a little rain, a little sun, but we were ready. We were ready to feed a lot of people, but everybody was very happy with everything. So thank you, Charlie, for putting it all together. And like I said, John Gross. I mean, John Gross set up this beautiful truck. They had it all nice, and it looked like a brand new truck.
It did.
It was never driven before, and I said, God, they shined it up and made it really look really sharp, so we can put it out in the 9th hole so everybody could see it. So thank you to them for letting me borrow that truck, because it was a nice strike truck to drive. So it was very good. Heidi did a real good job organizing it. So we did it was very well run, very smooth. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you all. Definitely. It sounds like everything worked out well. You had enough hands. Everyone's happy with the meal.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank, let's see, you'd sent out that email, and Cher responded to us. And at that point, I had enough people. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to use the apprentices because of the situation that some of them are not back to work yet at Hershey, and they were furloughed. So if they would have came and worked and got injured, there'd have been a real hoo-ha. So that's why we called out for some extra bodies. And we did miss Barb Byram. We sat a little doll up over in the corner, and had a recording over there. This goes here, over there.
I was going to ask if you missed me.
I did. We did.
I missed being there.
Your ears must have been burning. We were talking about you.
Thanks.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you all again very much. Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and continue on then. I'd like to bring up our mise en place. Hopefully you all got a chance to see it in the short 24 hours that you've had now to look at it. But within this, we do have our student spotlight, Donald Barch, who's with us here tonight. I really enjoyed Faith's kind of prelude to this. And when she sent this to me in an email, she said, it's great to hear his advice, his feedback, his little tidbits in there for us all. So hopefully you got a chance to read that and saw the mise en place. Again, it is on our website. as well as was emailed out here just yesterday. Any comments, edits, anything anyone's seen for the minute?
Autumn, could you send that out again?
Yeah.
There was a glitch somewhere that the 3 places that I can find it, I couldn't find it. I know it's on the website, but I'd like to have it so I can put it in our file, my file.
Sure. I will resend it with the, when I send out the email with the recording today. Yeah. Anyone else, any comments, edits, anything for it?
Motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Chef Lee. Second was Chef Long.
Yep.
Ooh, I see that one. Okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes, either raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion will carry then. I'm going to continue on with the president's message. Again, I wanted to thank Susan. The idea tonight of doing a live exclusive. So I've had a lot of recommendations of how to buzz up more attendance, how to, get us all to be here so we can participate. And tonight we have a really important, at least 2 items on the agenda that I want to make sure we have a lot of participation. So the idea of a live exclusive was that you had to actually make time to be here tonight. And we had a lot of members joining us. It did go out nationally. However, the ACF is not pursuing that national meeting, the national chapter meeting each month. Right now, because I proposed this meeting as well as November's for AgWorks, like I had mentioned. I'm really excited for that one too. So November 16th, our next meeting will start at 6:30. It's at AgWorks, which is the aquaponics program at the Commonwealth Charter Academy. It is a phenomenal setup for an aquaponics program. So I'm excited for us to have that. She has a webinar capability of 5,000 guests, 5,000 attendees. So I certainly wanted to project that everywhere. Unfortunately, the national office is not pursuing that monthly meeting because they don't have the capabilities to do it at this point. So hopefully they do in the future. We're still steamrolling ahead. It's on the events page. Everything's listed and we're getting the word out as much as possible. But really, I want to make sure we have a solid education each month. That's where my concern is. The more the merrier in joining us. But at least I thought definitely tonight, other than the glitches, towards the end was a phenomenal demonstration. I know November will be as well. So I'm excited for that one. Our social media, I think in one headline, school is back in session, would be my summarization for our Facebook page. Renee's doing a great job at following all the different schools, sharing and posting what is there. Again, the student spotlight, I love seeing that each month. Faith is looking for more names, more nominations, and that can be found in the mise en place, where there is a link there that you can submit a survey. Even just giving her a name, a lead for that would be great. For tonight's agenda, I did shorten and talk to some of the committee members ahead of time that had no reports to report. I just minimalized it so that we can get right on to 2 very important items, which is nominating our awards for this year, our chapter awards. So we'll hear from Chef Reese later on about that. And then Anna, who was nominated or elected as the chair of the elections committee, will start us off with the nominations for our chapter officer board positions for next year. But before we do that, a couple more notes. Northeast Regional Conference Call, I will be attending on Wednesday. The Board of Governors meeting is October 30th at 4 p.m. I will unfortunately be unable to attend that due to the culinary gala. That is at the same time. I've talked to our current board, and Michael Herron has accepted and been elected, nominated, put forth with a proxy to present our chapter. It is all about finances. There is a whole lot of money and talk about projected budget. I really think Michael is a phenomenal person to represent us, and I know he is not shy of asking any questions or really speaking up and voicing anything for our chapter there. So I feel confident in that. Thank you, Michael, for attending on my behalf and representing our chapter.
Autumn, if I may.
No.
The Wednesday meeting at 4 p.m. with the regional vice president, I would like to encourage as many people from our chapter to join as possible. I know that I've got a pre-existing event, but I'm going to try and log in as soon as that's over. But it is time to challenge leadership to get off the stick and get this organization back on track with solid education, solid finances, and solid growth in membership and solid membership value.
And I will forward that information with the email that has the mise en place and the recording. That way everyone has the information to log on or call in for that. Thank you, Shad. Lastly, what I had, which I wanted to start off with, but then I thought I would get a little too crazy into it. So I have this taco competition that we had. Maybe I didn't share my screen yet. I don't believe I shared my screen with you. We had this taco competition going on. We extended the deadline, and then here I am, didn't announce the winner yet. So I thought I would do so tonight. I wanted to show you the 3 competition or the entries that we had. This was Sebastian Ramirez's Emerald Splash Taquitos, which had some nice skirt steak, I believe it was, with the shrimp in there. That looked awesome. We had Donald Barch that submitted, it was a chicken and fruit tacos. He had some other pictures, had some nice fruit assembled with that. That looked great. Something a little different. And then Rashida Carter submitted a dessert taco. It is, I feel like I need to bring it up because there's so many different things in here. It's peaches macerated, soaked with a bunch of, I think, Rashida, you're there. Can you explain it to us, Rashida? I know you're right there. You can unmute it. Explain your dish to us, your tacos. She's working on it. There she goes. Oh, I still can't hear you. All right. Okay, I still can't hear you. So unfortunately, I know you're unmuted, but so it was peaches in a Jack Bourbon, I believe, a thyme mascarpone cream. There was candy pistachio brittle, I believe, on the top. I'm not doing it justice. I know, I should just pull up the recipe. In any event, can I hear you, Rashida? Are you there now?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. What is in this?
It was peaches that I soaked with fire whiskey, and then there was a pistachio granola. There was mascarpone cheese that I put rosemary, and thyme was in that, and I had rosemary in the peaches. And then there was a caramel sauce. And then there was the chocolate ganache on the outside that also had the fire whiskey in it as well.
And the cinnamon tortillas, right?
Yes, cinnamon tortillas.
Okay. The reason
Forget Susan's. Let's go to Rashida's.
I know, right? It's a lot quicker road trip. The reason I wanted you to explain that was because
Park Mall. We'll get there.
because you are the top winner, Rashida. Hands down. I thought that everyone did a phenomenal job, yes, but that I thought was unique, outside the box. You could tell you really worked on the flavor components. Everything on there had a purpose. It wasn't just, I'm going to throw this on there for fluff. I think presentation, everything, you placed everything just right. And sometimes in a recipe competition where you're not trying things, that really counts for a lot. Again, I think everyone did a great job. Sebastian and Don, congratulations to both of you. And competition, I think, is a great thing. So Rashida, what I've done for you, I know you have a lot of gadgets, but my favorite spot for Mexican ingredients is Tres Hermanos. So I have a $75 gift certificate coming your way. So you can get some really good tacos, and then you could buy really great ingredients and even some taco equipment, little small wares, something along those lines that you would want. Tres Hermanos is right there. I think you might be familiar with it. It's down the street from the college on Cameron Street, just past Paxton. So congratulations to you. Definitely. We'll be sending that back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Again, over and over again, you have entered, I believe, every single competition. And you can tell you've put the effort into it. You definitely deserve that win. So congratulations and thank you again for doing it.
She's going to be the new Tom Long, entering every recipe contest.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to move on quick to our treasurer's report. I should have that right here for you. Not a whole lot of action. Our balance stands at $9,429.78. Our checking account $2,129.23. That was with a $10 service fee and $57 in rebates added on. And then the savings account got 30 cents interest for $7,347.85. Any questions, comments on the treasurer's report?
Motion to approve. Brian.
Thank you.
Second, Guy.
Thank you, Chef Geif. All those in favor of approving the minutes as written and reported, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Likewise. All right. Motion carries. All right. Moving along, we'll go to our education committee. And Anna, I know you have an update even from today on looking into January. So next month we're set with AgWorks. Again, mark your calendars 6:30 for the start there. What else do you have for us, Anna?
Well, we don't have anything for December because I know we haven't decided anything about a meeting. But for January, we have scheduled a new restaurant store locally. It's a consignment store called Another Round. We're going to do a tour of it and speak to the owner. He also had the community kitchen in Carlisle, but he's shut down right now because of COVID. I don't know if he's going to open back up, but we might be able to talk to him about that too, about how he got started and everything. So that'd be pretty cool. We have tons of equipment and things there.
Okay, great. And we did have an idea be thrown out. Nothing is confirmed, solidified, but the thought about for our holiday party, what about the theme of gingerbread houses? I know, Brian, with the students, you're making gingerbread houses. I've got a lot of stories, kind of bringing and sharing stories and pictures, maybe sneaking in a demo there or a couple little highlights, spotlights. I know some of you are smiling at me, but something to where, I think that's fun. And I think we can certainly share a lot of fun stories and pictures and, kind of skip the whole no report, and then just enjoy each other's company. It would be great to set up some sort of meal we could pick up, but again, thinking of something more on the fun side to where we can all share and just get together for, an hour or two. So it's still in the works, but just a thought. I know we've mentioned a couple different things at the last meeting as well. Okay, anything else, Anna, for education?
No, that's all I got right now.
Thank you. Chef Coral, any update on the apprentices, how they're doing?
Yeah, we're going to be testing for the Serve Safe test next Monday. All the apprentices will be taking that. And then we have them lined up, got all the okay from the ACF today. All the apprentices will be taking the written certification exams next month on the 16th.
Okay, and then coming to our meeting to report how well they did, right?
Well, we'll find out, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Right away once you take the written test, you get
Okay.
fail right away. So we'll have an idea.
Okay, well, good luck to all of them. And I know Sean was on, I think Caitlin was on as well. Best of luck, study hard. It's a ton of stuff. I don't really know what else to say. You got some good mentors there teaching you. So prepare well, that's for sure. And best of luck to you. Thank you, Chef.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to get on to our awards. And I wanted to do the awards first because I think it's recognizing those that have done something this past year. And then moving on to our leadership to start us and take us into the new year. So with that, Chef Reese was nominated or moved right into the chair of that committee, being that he was the Chef of the Year last year. So before we have Chef Reese present his nominees for all of our awards, I'd like to entertain a motion just to get this started and to present the nominees for our chapter awards for 2020, please.
I move.
Thank you.
Second.
Second, Chef Coral, thank you. All those in favor of continuing with the nominees for our chapter awards, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, the motion will carry. All right, Chef Reese.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Okay, between me, Brian Peffley, Michael Lorenz, Charlie Guy, we had a Zoom meeting, a couple of Zoom meetings, and we discussed, we put all the nominees together, and we came to a conclusion of our nominees. So I'm going to announce each nomination, and then I'm going to ask for anybody else as any other nominees. And then after that, we set a motion for approval, right, Charlie? Is that how it goes? Approval or any other nominees? We say that 3 times.
So I'm good to handle that one, Chef Reese.
Okay.
So if you want to present your nominees,
Okay.
do not have to be confirmed like our leadership roles will be.
Okay.
But if you want to present your nominees, I would also like to ask for support as to why they're nominated.
Okay.
Either from you or from someone else. I know I've nominated individuals as well, but if we don't know who this person is or the people, I'd just like to know a little bit about why they've been nominated. And then, yes, we'll open to see if there's any more, and then we'll vote to close the nominations.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. For
Don't
chef
go
of the,
too fast.
okay, for chef of the year, we nominated Nicholas Arnold from the Hotel Hershey. And Chef Beffley, you want to say a few words about him?
Yes, Chef Arnold is very, very active with the apprentices and have taken a huge lead. Obviously, you know, he has taken on a huge being new to the hotel, but he also has his first year in hit with COVID and juggling that. It's been a true support to Chef Coral and myself, and he has been attending our meetings as well as virtual. So I think he is the new blood coming into our chapter, and that's why we recommended that nomination.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we go to the next one. Okay. Pastry Chef of the Year. We nominated Susan Notter, as we all seen her early in the meeting. She does a nice job. She's been she's a strong pastry chef. She's been involved with so many different seminars, webinars. She participates in quite a lot of demonstrations throughout the year, and she's an amazing pastry chef. We missed her already, even though we can watch it on YouTube or on Zoom. So Susan Nada was a nominee for Pastry Chef of the Year.
Thank you, Chef.
Okay. Student of the Year. We talked about her a couple of times already today. With the Autumn's suggestion, we nominated Rashida Carter as our Student of the Year. Well deserved from Rashida. She participated in every competition that we had so far, and she won the competition today. So we nominated her. Anything else you want to add to Chef Betty?
This is a student that I think just continues to go above and beyond. I mean, mentioning that she's entered every recipe contest. She's a mother of 3. She's a full-time student going through the culinary program, baking and pastry, and business degree. She has just always put the most effort into everything she does. And I really think she represents our entire student base very well. So certainly I think she deserves the recognition and the nomination.
Okay, we got the next one is the Educator of the Year. The Educator of the Year, no doubt, we nominated Chef Autumn Petty as the Educator of the Year. Well deserved. She is an educator. Known Chef Petty for quite a few years. She's one of the most organized and on top of everything person I ever met. She keeps you on your toes all the time. And most of the time she does all the work for you. So she helps you put it all together, and she does a good job for you. So and she's an amazing, and she does, she's doing double duty right now, actually triple duty, besides being a full-time teacher at HAC, an educator in charge of everything. She's a president and treasurer of our nice ACF. So Educator of the Year to Chef Patty.
Thank you, Chef.
Okay, Chef Professionalism Award. We talked about bringing the young people around, the new generation, the younger generation, the newer generation. We nominated Anna Smith as the Chef Professionalism Award. Everybody knows Anna. I know Anna. She worked with me at the Hilton. Very strong. She's taken on a lot of the education with our webpage, with our meetings. So she's very involved with our ACF, and she deserves the nomination. Anything else from somebody else about Anna Smith, especially from you, Chef Patty, and anybody else?
I could continue to talk about Anna for a good bit. I mean, she's really taken our education, I think, to the next level, really looked and reached out for new things, and she's not letting a month go by without something solid be planned. And again, the resources, the masks, donating the masks, many, many things I can say about Anna. I certainly agree with that recommendation. Absolutely.
And the next one is we changed the category a little bit. Instead of calling her Purveyor of the Year, we decided to call her Partner of the Year. And our Partner of the Year this year was the PRLA. PRLA has been very instrumental with the ACF for a long time. We've been partners for a long time. They do a lot of things together. We do a lot of things with them. They do a lot of things for us. And we do a fundraiser that benefits us. So we picked PRLA as our Partner of the Year. Organized the golf outing today. There's a few other, a lot of things throughout the year. So we nominated the PRLA as the Partner of the Year. Anybody else wants to have a comment on it? Any comment about the PRLA? Charlie, anything from you? You've been a PRLA member for a long time. Anybody?
I think Chef Peffley and I got the ball rolling with the educational part. That's how we finally got Pro Start in Pennsylvania, because it took Chef Peffley and I 13, 14 years to go to every other meeting and stand on the table and do a dance on somebody's head. But it worked finally, so I think that's a big step for ACF and Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association and all the restaurant associations, because now Pennsylvania becomes the model. And a lot of the ACF groups are working hand in hand with either the restaurant associations or the bakers or the tavern associations as one, as we should. It just, we're the same, we're in the same field. It's hospitality, it's food service. And I think a lot of other people are coming around to what we started 20 years ago. So.
If anybody hasn't been to the Pro Start up in a state college, I've been doing that since we started in Pennsylvania. And, they do such a phenomenal job organizing and putting it all together. And, take a lot of time between her and Ope and, everybody else. John Longstreet, they do a very good job with the Pro Start. Our next award was the President's Award. And the President's Award, that's going to go to our President of the ACF, Chef Autumn Petty.
Well, isn't the President Award for me to give to someone else?
No.
We gave it to you.
But I was pretty sure the President's Award was for the President to give to someone.
No, we demoted you for that award, and then we're reinstating it.
We decided that since I'm the first president, I overrule you. Works for me.
So everyone on here seeing this is how it works, right? Doesn't matter what you're at today, what you start is what you get to keep. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I certainly do not need two different awards.
You have two different officers, so you should have two different awards.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take that. Thank you. Thank you. I do have two spots. Okay. So thank you again. I appreciate it. And honestly, this is a challenge I didn't look for, didn't want, and at first wasn't sure. But the support that everyone, I know Michael, Charlie, Brian, several of you specifically said, we're here to help you to make sure this could be successful. And I said, well, I wouldn't take anything on if I wasn't up for the challenge. It just definitely is a little bit heavier of a load that I'm able to lift, and I'm anxious to, to see where our chapter continues on. So thank you for that recognition. I appreciate that very much, even though it's kind of backwards, but thank you. All right, did you come up with an Ed Byron volunteer?
Yes, we came up with Ed Byron.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
I need
Bob,
to shift the attention.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Ed Byron Award, Barb?
What would you like to know?
Well, why do we put an Ed Byron Award in this as a category?
Pardon me?
Why do we put this category on the Ed Byron? Why do we call it Ed Byron category? What did Ed do for our organization?
For his devotion to it?
Mm-hmm. Devotion to it. We miss him a lot, honey. We miss him a lot. So,
I know.
So we decided to nominate Renee Nasta from Boar's Ads as for the Ed Byron Award. They did what a phenomenal job they did with our golf outing day, donating all the chicken, all the hot dogs, the sausages, the nice, beautiful boxes. Those boxes were amazing. I mean, looked beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of things with it. So we decided with nominated Renee as Ed Byron Award. On behalf of Ed, Ed was an amazing guy. He did a lot for our chapter, all through his career, his life. He's the mayor of Lemoyne for a long time. He's an amazing guy, and I know we all miss him. I miss him a lot. I know we all miss him as a person, as a friend, as part of our chapter, so I have an award to Renee.
Thank you.
Okay, we got one final award that Charlie's going to put together, going to nominate.
The Herman J. Roosh Award. Herman J. Roosh is one of the founding fathers of the national organization. He just developed about, probably between him and Ed, they developed probably 50% of what we know as the ACF today. And they were great statesmen after they retired for the ACF, and not only the ACF, but food service in general and hospitality in general. So our group would like to nominate John Reese for our chapter to name him the Herman J. Roosh Award for this year. John's been with us forever. He actually since the one of our first meetings, first 2 or 3 meetings. It was Roebuck and John and Marcia Shore.
Yeah.
And I can't think of his name. Sabatini.
Russ Sabatini.
One of the first founding team to get things going. So I think John's well deserving of it, and in fact, it's probably 10 years too late. So
appreciate that very much, and that's perfect time for my retirement. I just retired just officially a couple weeks ago, so perfect timing for me. Now I have more time to do a lot of other things now with you guys, Charlie. So appreciate that very much. And
good, you're doing golf outing next year.
Okay, no problem.
Hey, Chef Guy did say a couple months ago he was looking for someone to take the lead.
Yeah.
And I think you just walked right through that gate. I think that was perfect. Perfect.
So appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So those are all the nominees for the award. So you want to take it over, Autumn?
Yes, thank you. So that sounds like a great list, a large list. There is one person for each category, one person nominated for each item or for each award. At this point, I'd like to open the floor for any other nominations before we close with a motion. Does anyone else have a nominee for a chapter award this year they would like to bring forward? Seeing people type, and congratulations, everyone. Okay, so not hearing any further nominations, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the nominations for our chapter award. Chef Guy.
Second, Brian.
Thank you. All those in favor of accepting the nominees as listed and closing the nominees at this point, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed likewise? All right, the motion will carry, and with one person nominated for each, there is no need to have any sort of election. So congratulations to you all for being nominated, and we will have an official awards presentation to be determined. I would hope in person, but I'm not even judging how long anything else going on. Okay, so congratulations to all, and from me personally, again, thank you for the recognition there. I'm going to move on then to our chapter officer nominations. Equally as important, celebrating what we've done in the last year. Now we're looking for who is going to take our leadership to the next level. We certainly need a full board that is ready to take on and continue us through this virtual area, as well as getting us back to in person. I know we all want to be back in person meeting, helping our membership grow, et cetera, et cetera. So with that, I would like a motion to open up the nomination process to start with Anna Smith with the nominations from the committee. May I entertain a motion, please?
So moved.
Jeff.
Right.
Do I hear a second? Sure, thank you. Okay, all those in favor of opening the nominations for our chapter officers for next year, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. We'll continue on. Okay, Anna, the floor is yours. If you could please share with us, even if you want an intro, but go ahead and take it away and share your nominees. As you list each nominee, I do need to confirm, according to our bylaws, that each is willing to accept that nomination. If they are not here, I can send an email and we'll need to receive a written response, in which case our elections will start November 2nd through the 15th. That way it can be announced at our next meeting. Just so everyone's clear on the rules of tonight's game. I'm just kidding. Okay, Anna, all you.
Okay. So far everyone's here, so that's good. For our president, we have one nomination, and that is Autumn Patty. Said she would continue.
Thank you. And yes, I will accept that nomination without asking myself. Thank you for that. And just so everyone knows, again, even though I wasn't looking for the challenge at first, I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy everyone's support. I enjoy the team and leadership that we have and that we're building and you know, taking this stride with. So I'm looking forward to being a better president, being more engaged, and having you know, the support to be able to do a whole lot more. So thank you for that nomination. And yes, I do accept.
Okay. For VP, we have two nominations. The first is Chef Long.
Chef Long.
Yes, I accept the nomination.
Thank you.
And the second is Chef Reese.
Chef
Tom, you
Reese.
can take it. Tom wants to do it.
So,
Congratulations, Tom.
so Chef
not
Reese,
how it
you're
works, John.
nominated. So my question is, do you accept the nomination or do you?
I accept the nomination.
You accept? Okay.
Yeah.
Did I not explain my rules to the game first? Come
Okay.
on. All right, Anna, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
For secretary, we have one nomination, and that's Renee.
Renee Nasta. We had spoken, I want to say, months ago about taking over a website, writing a newsletter, all this stuff you were really excited to do with Facebook. Renee, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
That sounded so exciting. I should have stated that in the rules. You're supposed to jump up for joy excitement. Renee, thank you. All right, Anna, treasurer.
Yes, for treasurer, there are two nominations. Myself as one, which.
Do you accept?
Yes.
Okay.
The second is Chef Cher Harris.
Chef Cher, do you accept the nomination? I still can't hear you, but I can see you shaking your head. Okay. Thank you. And one more for student leadership position.
Yep, for student leadership, we have Rashida.
Awesome. Rashida, do you accept?
I accept. I didn't hear me.
Thank you very much. I think that's, again, extremely important that we have that student representation. And I think you represent the students extremely well. Anna, do you have, as the nomination committee, is there anyone else that you had to bring forth for the nominations?
No.
So at this time, I want to open the floor for if there are any other nominations. Again, if you would like to nominate someone, you may, in which case we will have to confirm that they accept or refuse the nomination.
Once, Autumn, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I would go through each office.
Okay.
And by rules, you need to say it 3 times, and then someone can say, okay, I move that nomination or that category be closed.
Okay.
Right.
So for the category of president, myself is the only one nominated at this point. Does anyone else have any nominees for presidency? So I can ask again, does anyone have any nominees? Last call for any other nominees. All right.
I move that we close.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. The next category or the next officer position is our vice presidency. We have Chef Tom Long and Chef John Reese.
Autumn, vote on the president. I'm sorry.
Okay.
On the closure.
Yep. So I have the motion to close by Peffley, second by Chef Long, I believe. The motion is to close the presidency nominations with myself as the only nominee. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so the motion will carry. Presidency will conclude, and I will take over as your president for another 2 years. Thank you all. Okay, Now I'd like to open the vice presidency for any additional nominees before we motion to approve and close. We have Chef Tom Long and we have Chef John Reese. Are there any other nominees for the vice president position? Any other nominees for the vice presidency? Going once, going twice? Okay. Can I entertain a motion, please, to close the vice presidency
I
nominee?
move to close.
Second.
Please, thank you. All those in favor of accepting?
One thing, Autumn,
Yeah.
put me down, not Reese, since he's on the ballot.
Okay.
To second it.
That does make more sense. And Joel is first. Okay. The motion is for vice president nominees, we have Chef Tom Long and Chef John Reese. At this point, we have not heard any other nominees, and the motion is to close the vice president nominees. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion will carry. We have for secretary, Renee Nasta has been nominated. I'd like to open for any future additional nominees for the secretary position. Going once. Twice. And lastly, any more nominees? Hearing none, if I could entertain a motion to close the secretary.
So moved.
Thank you, Chef White. Second.
Second for me this time.
Thank you. All right, and as the only nominee as well, then not only are we closing the nomination, but also voting, electing in Renee Nasta as our secretary for our new board. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Hey, Autumn,
Aye.
before you do that, when you're going to have to do a full slate of officers anyhow to vote. So you'll need to put you in there and Renee in there along with the other ones so that it shows one ballot, one casting just by.
I will, yes, which I will. I just wanted to say the reality of the fact at the same time, yes. But yeah, I will certainly still have a slot in there for everyone to vote for the one choice, yes. Thank you. Okay, so the motion is to close the secretary nominations with Renee Nasta as the only nominee then taking over as our secretary. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, the motion will carry. Next up is our treasurer position. We have two nominees, Anna Smith and Cher Harris. I'd like to open the floor for any further nominees at this time, please. Going once, going twice. Last call for any further nominees for treasurer.
Move we close the nominations.
Thank you, Chef Guy.
Second, Brian.
Thank you. Motion is for us to close the nominations for treasurer, including Anna Smith and Cher Harris as our two nominees. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed likewise? All right, motion will carry. And last, we have our student representative with Rashida Carter as the nominee and the only nominee at this point. I'd like to open the floor for any other nominees for our student representative position. One, going twice. Last call for any future or further nominees for our student leadership position. To entertain a motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you.
Aye.
A second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Chef Reese. Okay, motion is to close the nominations for our student representative position, of which Rashida Carter is our nominee. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed likewise? And the motion will carry then. So to sum up who we have for our nominations for president, yours truly. As vice president, we have Tom Long as well as John Reese. Secretary Renee Nasta, Treasurer Anna Smith or Cher Harris, and student Rashida Carter. I think that's a great lineup for our leadership role. At this point, knowing that we have gone through each of it, I'd like to just in general have a motion to close our officer nominations officially.
So moved.
Chef Guy. Thank you, Chef Coral. All those in favor of closing our nominations with those reported, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed likewise? Okay, that motion will be approved. At this point, everyone is here, everyone is accepted, but I still feel November 2nd is it's election week, good time to get the Survey Monkey set up. I want to make sure it's out properly. That'll give a 2-week window. That way they can close the night before our next meeting and be part of our agenda announcing the official board.
And you're going to send that out with Survey Monkey
Yes.
for the election? Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
I still have the password and all that good stuff. Yes.
Excellent.
So November 2nd through the 15th.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, Autumn, you may want to put out that sometimes Survey Monkey, it gets dumped in junk mail. So when you
Right.
send it out, just follow up by saying, please check to make sure that you receive the link.
And I'd like to, I wanted to open it up for the 2-week period so that I can send a couple reminders, because I would like
Perfect.
many members to vote as possible.
Yep.
That would be the best. That way it can be sent out multiple times. And yes, I will link it in my emails as well. I agree.
Awesome. Thanks.
Absolutely. Any other discussion on our nominations?
Yes. Traditional statistics for voting within the chapter and at a national level is less than 40%. Let's get out there, everybody, please. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll do my best to remind you all many, many times. Okay. All right. Our next agenda item then was old business. Did anyone have any old business to bring up before we move on to the few new items? Hearing none. Okay. I have 2 new business items, of which both I have sent out in an email. The farm show this year, Pennsylvania Culinary Connection, or PA Preferred Culinary Connection at the farm show, I mentioned last month was going to move an all virtual event. The Culinary Connection is still happening in a very small, limited fashion, but the recipe book. They still want to put together a recipe book with 80 different chefs from all over Pennsylvania to be able to broadcast out. Educators, chefs from restaurants, chefs from institutional, anyone and everyone. And that email, and that's what I made clear of. If you send that email to me and I send it out to everyone, it needs to be accepted for anyone, no matter where they're working or not working. And so the idea this year, though, I'm a little overwhelmed in case you haven't seen that look on my face all the time. So I am limiting how much my involvement is, to the point where I'm not coordinating who is doing what day. I know I was copied on the email. I think it's just out of force of habit, but I am really only taking recipes and editing them for a format of the book. So anyone that is interested, please see that email and contact Maria Hewlett directly. And I still will be involved, but again, so much on the back burner and really just editing recipes, which seems to be my favorite thing to do. The other thing was the employment opportunities that I sent out. There was a couple new ones that just came out recently, and again, I attached that. Even though some of them are coming to me for students, I still think all the students in our chapter, as well as all of you know students that might be looking for an opportunity, so I wanted to include those as well. But again, all of that was in an email, so I don't feel the need to reread any of those. And with that, it is 9 o'clock on the dot, so I ask you, anyone else for new business to add to the meeting?
Yeah, I have some new business on.
Great.
I had a lady reach out to me from the Adams County Arts Association, and they're looking for students and or / chefs, but they need somebody to be able to do cooking demos during the day for elementary school students. This is based on the My Plate USDA thing, and they're also looking for somebody to do demos for a youth like dinner club. I said something to John Reese today when we were at the golf outing, and I did send some information on to him, but if we can put it in the newsletter, I will put her contact information in. You do need to have your child clearances to be able to do it. It is a paid position. It's not a volunteer position. They do have a grant to pay for it. And it's according to the chef's availability, but they have a lot of different things going up. I did go on their website and look at some of the stuff they do. They seem to be fairly active. So I'll pass on the information.
Thank you, Chef. And when you said based on the availability of the chef, is this a part-time gig, a full-time? I mean, just...
It's a part-time thing.
Okay.
They may do it once or twice a month.
Okay.
They're trying to get some programs into the elementary schools about healthy eating and hitting the childhood obesity thing. The dinner program is one of those things where they actually You have to come up with the recipe. This is the information I know. It just came about very quickly last week. And it's about like an hour and a half Zoom cooking show. And it goes out to the people that are registered for it, and somehow they get the ingredients and they actually cook along with you. It actually sounds kind of like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a commitment, just like everything else in life. But it's one of those things that if you're into that and it's an opportunity, how she got my name and it came to me, I don't know, but so.
YouTube.
Pardon me?
YouTube.
YouTube, possibly. You never know. So
Talked to a guy in Georgia the other night. Says, "Hey, do you know Tom Long?" Says, "Yeah, I've been watching him on YouTube."
no, you didn't.
I did. You're famous, Tom.
I don't know about that.
Speaking of which, I'm getting recipe requests from all of you guys' YouTube videos. I think there was one of yours, Chef, and then John, there was a couple of yours too. So I'll follow up with emails. Some are asking for the recipes that are for the video demonstrations that you're doing that are from our website, which I think is cool. But the idea wasn't to make more work.
Right. Yeah, we are actually working on a cookbook on some of the the recipes from the YouTube videos that I did during the pandemic while it's still going on, and we're also going to include some of the Chef's Apprentice house recipes from the restaurant, so be sold in the bookstore at Hack.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you, Chef. I'll get that info in the newsletter that I intend to send out much earlier this month. Any other new business anyone has to share? Okay. If we don't have anything else, then I'd like to entertain a motion to close. As soon as I mention, as a reminder, November 16th, our next meeting, it will be a virtual presentation nationwide, 5,000 attendees we can handle. So I want to get the word out there. Sam Johnson is phenomenal. She lives and breathes plants growing in water, fertilized by fish waste. I'm just going to give you a little prelude that way. And this is the most phenomenal. Millions of dollars went into this facility. They even shaped their aquaponic beds into CCA for Commonwealth Charter Academy. Students get to pick what they want to grow there. They had baby chicks hatching. Anna, were you on the tour when we went? Maybe Renee was. We had several students that Rashida had gone. Just a great, great setup presentation. The education we will get will be phenomenal. So it starts at 6:30. She did ask for it to start a little earlier. 6:30 on November 16th. You'll see many emails, I know. With that, I believe that was all that we had, unless anyone else has anything good for the meeting. Michael?
Yes. This falls under the lines of, excuse me, sustainability, which is a component of the Accreditation Commission. So we ought to have consideration. Get me the information and I'll do a posting on the Chef's Table under the accreditation website.
It is already as a established event on Chef's Table. So if you go up to, do you know what I'm talking about with the events? The one it has.
But I'll look. Well, okay. We could do a reminder as well.
Yes, and I do plan on putting them. Yeah, I was going to get them into. I'll get them onto all three.
Okay.
And then referencing the event page has the link already. Everything when you go to Chef's Table, if you go up to that event link, it has them on there.
Okay. Okay. Terrific. And I don't know if anybody heard, but there's a national election here in the first week of November. I hope everybody gets out and vote. Better yet, I hope you're all registered. I'm not going to tell you.
And while you're at it, donate some blood and roll up your sleeves too. So, you know.
That's it. Thank you. Good meeting.
Thank you. Anything else for the good of the order for the meeting? All right. Everyone's favorite motion. Anyone jumping in there?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. I saw Anna's hand go up too. So I'm going to give Anna the motion to adjourn and Chef Peffley the second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Night.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.